The Greeks had a story about a man called Jason, and his ship was named the Argo. And it was a special ship because it was created with the help of the gods. It was a vessel that took Jason and his band of Argonauts on great adventures. But we're beyond the Pan-Hellenic era, and in the Star Citizen universe, Argo means industry. Is a curious design which delivers the look and feel you'd expect from a vessel by Argo Aeronautics. It's rugged and industrialised, and every inch looks like it's built for function and not form. Yet at the same time, the four-legged landing gear arrangement along with the top-heavy front haunches gives it the aura of a mechanical bulldog. This dog likes to play fetch with 32 SCU sticks of freight. It's the first ship we've seen in game using this new container unit, but on release it won't actually matter at all. The ship can carry 3 of these, giving a moderate capacity of 96 units in total. So what's the unique selling point about this craft? After all, I can haul similar amounts of cargo in any number of ships, from an Andromeda to a Freelancer Max. We can only assume that when physicalised cargo comes in, this ship, with its tractor beam capability and its 32 SCU cargo containers, will be a lot quicker to load and offload than the competition. So, if you're intending to specialise in moving freight from A to B, this ship could boost your turnaround times and your profit. But that specialisation comes with a trade-off, because you're not going to be loading any vehicles like a rock into the raft. This lift is one of the ways to enter the vehicle, and the only way from the ground, providing access to both levels of this double-decker class ship. The first level provides flight cabin, accommodation and locker space, and the second is dedicated to engineering and operations. In the midst of this very focused and functional craft is this pretty well featured all-in-one living space. A galley for making your internet ready meal, a dining area with scenic views of the cargo, and also 2 bunk beds to lie in whilst your associates are busy eating their cornflakes. We also have some personal storage space. It's all very cosy, but I'll be honest, I'm a bit surprised. The raft's cargo capacity suggests that it's a short-haul vessel, perhaps distributing containers port to port by the hull series. So why do we need this much space? Perhaps the locker room gives a hint of CIG's thinking here. We have multiple suit lockers for pilot and co-pilot, along with the weapon rack. So it seems that CIG are expecting people to use this for a little bit of on-foot adventure as well. In the same area we have the bathroom and shower unit. I have to admit, probably want a little less transparency on that door. Sink, toilet, overhead shower, etc. But let's not dwell here. branching out from the hallway is the EVA room, which ultimately should provide easy access to space or ship-to-ship docking when CIG implement that. The positioning would suggest that there will need to be some kind of extendable bridge to facilitate this. For me, the cockpit area is the crowning glory of the ship, huge, glassy and box-like. Its underslung nature clearly demonstrates Argo's low prioritisation for the all-round visibility you'd expect to see in a more combat-centric ship. Instead, both pilot and co-pilot get a full-on view of the ground beneath them, making it ideal for landing the beast. From the co-pilot seat, you have remote turret access to the 2 size 3 mounted weapons on top of the ship. This turret gives great coverage for the upper hemisphere, but this is a defensive option designed to ensure players can't be bullied by anything with a gun. Although not equipped by default, the pilot can fit 2 size 1 weapons on the front, which would certainly add to the defence, but size 1 gimbals would probably be a necessity. The Raft is apparently more armour focused than its Freelancer and Cutlass competitors. And for quantum travel, it packs quite a bit of quantum fuel in the tank, but unfortunately it comes with a Bolon drive by default. This is a bit like being told you're able to travel halfway around the world on a unicycle, so swap that out quickly. For flight performance, we're not racing here. The ship isn't agile, with lowly maximum rates of rotational velocity and moderate steady acceleration. But it doesn't matter, because you're not intending on racing this ship around the tracks of Defford Link anyway, and if you are, then I'm going to have you locked away. It's worth noting that the ship comes with VTOL capability, which will be handy for getting in and out of those narrow docking bays that CIG like to give us, and also for escaping high-G planetary bodies. Back in the ship now, and we find a large upper deck area with plenty of space and cubby holes for fitting and maintaining components. When CIG put that gameplay in, you probably won't be spending that much time up here on day one. The rear, an operations terminal which presumably is going to be used to help load and unload those 32 SCU containers. How that's going to work in real life is anyone's guess, but it's worth noting that towards the rear of the ship is a tractor beam. We also have this handy ladder which leads down to the locker room. If you're just min-maxing your way through the universe, you'll find reasons not to like this ship. The predominant one being that the cargo capacity isn't high enough to justify the specialisation. But for some people, games are more than just values you find on a spreadsheet. This ship is built for 2 and can act as a really well-defined base of operations for friends who just want to truck their way across the stars. The accommodation, locker rooms and weapon racks allow a bit of leeway for adventure. You may not find the Golden Fleece, but you're still going to have fun along the way.